Also, I need to actually start recording. Some other problems I spotted in particular is the way I built this outpost. I managed to put the two stock names on top of each other, which is a fair effort, really. So I modified that. I think that one, no. Well, either way, I moved the trash stop down to the end instead of at the front, so that shouldn't happen again. The other thing I just noticed then is there appears to be a spawner there. So we need to exterminate with extreme prejudice first. I'll just pull you up about there. Now, the satellites do still seem to be launching, like so. The rockets still seem to be going up. But they're not going up fast enough. This thing isn't catching up. I mean, it's still very short on... What are you short on? Steel this time. Very short on steel, eh? So what do I got for steel? I'm not sure if it's just a slow loading or probably a slow loader. I mean, I haven't connected everything up yet. In fact, how about... Where's it? This thing actually cuts. I don't know that it is. I have a feeling there's just so little ore coming in that it just can't keep up. What are we smelting at? We're consuming 140, 170,000, so that's like 1/7 either way. It's like 600, 700,000 of each. So we're nowhere near up to what it should be at. Brand Lee, hello. How you doing? So that one's almost done, and then we'll send the trains over to there once they're done. In fact, I might even prename it. Like that. Pronounce Lee collect? I take it that's a common problem then. There they are. Go murderate some spiders just quickly using the old liberation spiders. Alright. Maybe a few down there. I'm very tempted to grab these patches that are already here. Very tempted. Now, where did I park the other spiders? I think they're all over... Yeah, they're all over there. I'm going to go on the assumption that they are actually fully loaded. Yeah, so one of the next transit lay... Ah, okay. 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 I don't know how people managed that one. Anyway. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus coal, I think I saw a coal Is it coal somewhere? I think it might have been a scorch mark, not a coal patch. Either way, there's a fair chunk of resources available here to us. I started doing an output stacker too. That's right, that's what I did as well. So we can start doing some controlled trains. I actually don't know how many trains are going to each outpost, and I wouldn't mind... Oh, forgot I did that. I forgot I did that. It's a mod. It changes the player character to the bean from Among Us. Look at him go, flapping his little legs. Looks nicer when you have the speed boost turned off. Oh dear. Alright, so I want to tap on to that. Oh, actually, you know what I need to do before anything else? Grab you. follow through on the promise of an artillery station. Rearming station. Oh, I forgot what that mod's called exactly. Just search the mod portal for Among Us. It'll come up. What do we got here? Where is this stop? There it is. I think I'm currently only sending 2 to every stop. Yeah. Need to up that to like 4. Gonna make life interesting for this lot though, the stone trains. Now, are you still equipped? No. This thing isn't equipped for building anymore. Kind of been hoping some of these would fill up and then sort of stop running. But I think I'm going to need to connect more of them. I think, but either way, steel's going to be an ongoing issue, I suspect. Right, let's bring my little spaceman bean over. Alright, this is what we need. The speed loss. This thing needs to sit about there. Right about there. For the... Oh, actually, I could rotate it sideways. I actually need to park it there. Like that. The top station has a water... It needs a water supply. Ooh, there's a missing thingy. Which one of you is going to blow it up? Ah, yeah, that's right. I added cliff explosives to this lot. There we go. I remember that from last time. I ran out of explosives. Yeah, you can tell that UPS is pretty marginal right now. UPS is pretty marginal. Right about there, I'd say. Now we have to do is just plug it in, plug it into the supply system. Burns Stromberg, 89. Coming on in with that prime sub. Thank you very much for that. Show some love and hype and snug and honky chat for Burns Storm. I had trouble saying that name. We're still very early in the morning. It's barely past 8 o'clock. But thank you very much for that prime anyway. I really appreciate it. I'll do it myself. Make sure it works. How good it is working. I took apart my PC yesterday, or both of them actually, and cleaned them out. So everything's all been unplugged and replugged. I haven't actually made sure everything still works. But it seems to. Anyway, thank you very much for that. Speaking of, the NAS is in the middle of a scrub right now, so I can't do anything with the files that are on it. And the last few VODs of these are on there. It's about halfway done, so hopefully it won't be too much longer. Also, very important, gotta get the fish. Very important part of building any shoreside. And Brand Lee with a 2-month prime. Thank you very much for that. Right on the back. There's Stromberg's sub. I can say that, I think. I think I can get that right. Thank you very much for that. So shows from Love and Hyper Chat there. I think everyone's still asleep. As Spidertrons follow you, that's a mod called Spidertron Squad Control. So it gives you these two controls here. First one is a squad control remote, which lets you control multiple at once, and the second one is the follow player command. Very nice mod. There may or may not be another player character mod going as well. Yeah, really cool mod. I would contest that it's not gameplay changing, although technically it is. Thanks for a great series, learned so much already. Oh, wonderful. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm also delighted that it's actually been educational as well. Something I try and aim for is to make a playthrough educational. Quite behind on YouTube, so you gotta catch up? Ah, right. Yeah, it probably doesn't help that I think I'm like 4 or 5 behind on the VODs too. I think there's like 4 to go up. I think it only goes to 57 and it should get to like 60 by now. Look at little bean go. Around here, I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm thinking about adding the train control system, which we've been talking about a lot lately. Clearly need more satellites. Yeah. Although at least they're still launching in multiples of 8. How's it looking? Well, they're all unloading. Character model sus. Yeah, the player sus. Should probably space them. Never seen so many. Oh, really? That's actually quite low for me. Need a bigger base? Sure. I mean, one thing you got to do when you have a base is build an even bigger base, and then an even bigger base. So hey, Thane. How you doing? I was meant to do something right now, and I've completely forgotten what it was. Probably copy and paste this thing over here, because this thing over here is supposed to be over. This thing here is supposed to be where I am. Just to make it a little bit more obvious what I'm trying to say, instead of this thing over here needs to be this thing over here. Which makes perfect sensibles, doesn't it? Build it the size of a planet. I definitely haven't done that once before. With the help of console commands and things. I made a map which automatically expand as you explored. It would add more solar panels to the left side of the map. Was it the left side? No, it was the right side. The right half of the map, everything positive X. It would add solar panels and accumulators too. The problem with that is I added radars as well. So the process of discovering the first row would discover the first lot of radars, which would discover the next lot of panels, the next lot of radars, next lot of panels, next lot, and they just keep exploring the map forever. These are hosted internally in the game, in the game's mod portal. You don't normally get Factorio mods from third-party sites. They're all hosted on their own servers. It's actually in the game menu. Yeah, it's really cool. The developers really embraced modding, and so they host all the mods themselves. Yeah, basically 2 million by 1 million scalable solar. Yeah. Shouldn't you be plugged into something? I feel like it should. Like that even. This spider's following me is starting to get annoying. There we go. Yeah, the spider follow thing can get really annoying pretty fast. That's in here somewhere. There it is. How well armed are those spiders? These ones not particularly well. These are construction spiders. Like, they've got some rockets on them, and that's about it. They don't have any defense at all. They're meant for construction. You need to get this game. It's good fun. I mean, if you're big on Minecraft, this is like this is all of Tekkit just squeezed and condensed down into just the technical components. And then the controls and the inventory system were made by someone who was competent. Someone who actually put an intelligent thought into how they should work. So yeah, it's like Tekkit Minecraft, only someone put some thought into this, into everything. What does a character corpse look like? I don't know, actually. It's something we should probably find out, isn't it? We should probably find it out at some point. Don't particularly want to find out right now, right at this very juncture of time. As interesting of an experiment it is. Lots of crazy fast. Oh yeah, we got what are we up to? Bot speed's 14 right now. So they are, there they are. They've got quite a bit of movement speed on them. So they move 106 kilometers an hour now, and 89. Yeah, it was Industrial Craft and Buildcraft is what this came from, which were core components of Tekkit originally. Like those were the centerpieces, because back then Industrial Craft was kind of a big deal. And Buildcraft was the first technical mod. It was the first technical mod that wasn't a complete mess, I guess. I can't think of an adjective that correctly describes how terrible all the other mods that came before it were. They weren't great, basically. They were not great. Alright. You are my new explosive stop. This is the old one. What am I going to mark this as? What does it do? Productivity modules. You know, I can say it like that, actually. Where are we at? What are we got? Wall. I could put all 4 items in, but I don't particularly want to. Okay, let's update all these. Mojo was megabasing on some red matter. Damn straight I was. Damn straight I was. Minecraft Gears mods. Gears as in... Is that Gears as in... all the mods that added Gears? By chance? Or is that something else entirely? When you say Gears, all I think of is all of the mods which added Gears. And my god, there was a lot of Gears. There's nothing worse than doing a megabase in Tekkit and then having your Mark 5A nuclear reactor explode because you built a Mark 5 nuclear reactor. I forgot. What was that? That was industrial craft, I think. Mark 5 was basically throw as many you just fill the whole thing with fuel rods and then just pump ice cubes into it and hope for the best. It's like the most dangerous nuclear reactor combination you can basically build in industrial craft. I didn't build any of those weak Mark II reactors with coolant cells and plating, heat transfer cells, and I went all out. Just pump it full of ice. Biggest problem was I think the ice generator stopped working. Nothing safe. Nothing was ever safe. I think, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was either the ice maker stopped working or the pipe stopped updating because I walked too far away. Admittedly, everything used to blow up back then. Like the Buildcraft combustion engines would blow up if you left them running and you went too far away because they'd overheat. Gears, but I don't remember those. I genuinely don't remember gears these days. Wasn't it self a mod? With the spawning machine, nothing really safe in that world. Oh yeah, and the what they have? What's the other thing called? UU matter. That's it. UU matter, where you could transmute. And then that red power came along. And then it turned out that all these mod developers were absolute nut jobs. Oh, with the spawning machine. I haven't played Industrial Craft since that was added. What are these? These are used for transport. So it means there's always going to be a train available for me to jump on and go somewhere. There we go. They'll just fix themselves. Are apparently happy. Let's fix that. Maybe by not bringing those. That is fine. That's fine. Yes, these are what we normally call PAX trains, and they're for getting around. So the idea of the system is, yeah, whenever a new train comes, it pushes the old one out, so they'll all settle down automatically. Count them though. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. Oh, I forgot you. How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Excellent, there is the right number. Yeah, so what will happen is that all these trains will push themselves around until they all settle down into their right homes. So many hours spent building combustion engine builds. Cogs, notch first, teased them in 2010. I got Minecraft about when redstone was added. So I would have missed that one, I think. Probably not by much. I may have actually read of it at the time. Gone the wrong way. Humph. Every time. Every time. How hard is it to flip? If it was relatively easy to flip, then it's alright. It's like a alternate redstone system, then it's settled on redstone instead. Let's get rid of that. Try and read it now. Yeah, that should work. Oh, it doesn't actually line up nicely. They have to be slightly offset for it to work. I mean, it doesn't matter that much. If this place builds itself, I could just push them up. You'll change your color? Yeah, you can. Now, black is... oh, it's more of a grey. But they're still sus. I don't think that colour was in the game originally. Oh, yeah, I can be red. Oh yeah, on the topic of cleaning out my PC of dust and dirt, or both of them, there was a picture on Twitter that I posted relating to it. Poor thing. Been running the VRM coils were running at well over 100 degrees. It said 125, but I don't think they actually were running at 125. I think it might have been a little bit under that. I mean, they were still really hot. Like, really hot. Which I think is fixed now, at least. Seemed to be just a lack of airflow in the case. Building military supplies, kinda sus. Just kinda sus a bit, yeah, isn't it? Sort of, but not really. It's getting dangerously hot for the coils. Like, I could smell the hot coil. That was what gave it away. Like, these were really hot. It's also not good for the capacitors. Those definitely don't like being anywhere near that hot. Right. You actually delivered anything? Yes, yes you have. Yeah, they'll be radiating into the capacitors, which isn't great. There we go. They can actually feed now. It's too bad this thing can't add its own bots. There was this one design flaw I made with this thing. I might increase it to 3 wagons or something. Hey, Kickbackman, how you doing? Also, Norman, hey. Sorry, I didn't catch that. I saw it and then forgot about it. And Amadon, how you doing? Kind of looking sus today, just a little bit, yeah. While I'm building an artillery station, definitely not sus at all. Yeah, their electrolytic caps, they care the most about temperatures, and in this case, they're right next to these were right next to the inductors. Because the VRM is a controller, a MOSFET, an inductor, a diode, and a capacitor. So 4 components, and you're always going to find the 4 next to each other. So right next to the inductors is the capacitors. Under the heatsink in the picture is the switching device, the MOSFET, for each rail. Oh. Look at the little feet, the little stubs. Does the imposter bean do a better job at being a spaceman than the Factorio spaceman? As that's the question. No shadow. You're right. It's ruined forever. Hello, Rabbit. Watch make everything smart video today, and going to use it for your next vanilla playthrough. Oh, nice. You can actually use it for vanilla and modded. Setting it for modded though is a real pain because you got to go through all the recipes one by one. Like I'd set it for Factorio once. That took some doing. But glad you're liking it. I need to do some more stuff. Like I need to talk about these things at some point. What mod is the Among Us? It's I think the mod is actually called Among Us. Yeah, it's called Among Us character. It only appeared like a day ago. Stab stab. Hang on, that was JD. Oh, screw you. He's never played the game. As far as I'm aware, as far as I know, he hasn't played the game. He hasn't got like 100 hours on Steam like I do. I've got way too many hours on that game. I have some things I need to do back in 40 minutes. Alrighty. Yeah, I was wondering what made it look a bit weird. Yeah, like a shadow is a bit... I think it is just a crude, like, MS Paint drawing. Or a fairly... Not crude, but basic. Among Us mod has random fire option. It's going to use it for the C-block playthrough. Could add it to the apps HT and smarts. Oh yeah, it should go really well with that. mean, it was kind of the HTM was kind of designed around it. I was after something and I can't remember what I remember what it was now. I need you to come over here. Over here. Where are these two? These two didn't do anything. Maybe. They're not connected networks. No wonder. Yes, kids, so if they'll know all about the game. Oh, it doesn't actually have yellow, stack inserters. My building, this is an artillery shell base. Purpose is to build artillery shells. Say hi to this train. Did I say train? I meant spider. Say hi to this spider. Eh. Come on, you can do it. We believe in you. You have the power. Have the power. It's just looking wantingly to get over there. Appears to make trains work properly. Thought I knew everything about smarts. Heard Hap talking about bit shifting. Oh yeah, getting into hardcore stuff then. Ah, hello train. Yep, the shooty place hungry. I guess I gotta find where I got the shooty place blueprint from. Because there is a book for it somewhere. Oh, I murdered a fish. Damn it. I need to make up for that by getting even more fish. For a bit twiddling could be fun, same, yeah. It's actually part of the reason why the bit shifting functions exist is so people could make displays. That's how all the Factorio displays work, because they're all bit shifting. And the way you did it before the bit shifting was added was with a lot of complication. There we go. Just collect these fish instead. That should make up for the one murderated fish. That map for restart map for murdering fish. Yeah. It's a travesty, isn't it? Travesty of fish. Oh yeah, those chests gotta reappear. There. Two more. Can fish from launching space science. That's true. That is true. I don't think I've ever actually done that, come to think of it. Quite a few launches. Use it to mix signals on one signal wire. Oh yeah, I need to see how that works. How you're mixing the signals. Is it there? See you next half hour? Alrighty. Let's see you one more time. They're complaining. Ah, water. That's why it's complaining. Hope I get this right. I think I already got that wrong. Right, one more. Hopefully this will be the last one. I don't have to manually tweak everything. There we go. Yo! That one should have been sulfur, I think. It says iron plates and circuits, but I don't think that's right. Somehow. Didn't link it in Discord in general. I must have missed it. Dang. Ah. Oops. That's one too many. Ooh, nearly splattered the fish. There we go. Alright, you can go home. Not wanted anymore. Excellent. Adding more bots is always good. Yay. Oh, it even gave me track. I didn't actually see that I had requested track. I'll get rid of them. Reverse the direction of this. I always end up crafting train stops even though I've got plenty of lying around to use. Put it there. I want to lift this up a little bit. Probably do it some good. maybe. No. Where am I at the moment? I'm out on the fringes. Ooh, how is this doing? It's 163,000. It's coming down. Like this one is at 15k. It looks like two are going. Two are going. It's generally what I would call a good sign that two are going. I've actually been paying attention to the research though. Hang on, I think this is actually 1, 2, 3, 4. This is centered about that. Kinda, but not really. 1, 3, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Center 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually off slightly, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was looking at the wrong side. No, that is actually perfectly censored. Still at 8k signs? I think we're sitting at about 3 or 4k in a minute, yeah. Sitting about 4k. Yeah, 4k. Only half of the labs are running. There's nowhere near enough ore coming in. So in that case... let's pop that there. Feed me. Hungry. It is very hungry. It's very hungry. I don't even see trains lining up. Like they're coming in and out. The ore trains are going through, cycling through as fast as they can. Just the number of outposts needed is ridiculous. AK science in 3 min isn't bad. Oh yeah, well 4k at the minute, which is still nothing to be sneezed at. Oh, this one's shutting down. The problem is it's potentially space science. Space science can't catch up because space science needs so much stuff. So much stuff. It's probably the best chance it has, and it's not going to keep it. That's the first time I've seen it full in a while. Here we go. See if we can drop these down one. Probably need to change it. Although I need yeah, I need inserters. I need them to bring inserters, damn it. Plastic. Plastic and copper. Always forget the bar. Aha! Now I need trains for them. Apparently here's some ore trains I prepared earlier. Right, we got... I can copy there. Oh, I don't need the fuel. Apparently I did connect all these up. Condo, done with work? Nice. What are we doing today? We are trying to make more outposts, but at the same time we're also trying to automate artillery shells again. Alright, you full there and unload there. It's giving me trouble? Not so much yet, but we want to preemptively deal with them. At the very least, I want to deal with what's on the fringes before they become a problem. Isn't Among Us? Yes, I loaded that up. I loaded it up yesterday, actually. I'd loaded it up yesterday and then I'd actually forgotten. 107. I kinda need that copper gone. Everyone just blames me for being the imposter anyway. Doesn't matter if I am or not. I just get accused and spaced. Just because I'm an efficient killer in actual Among Us. I wonder if any of them actually gone over here. In theory they can, the trains can. You get spaced more? That is true, you do get spaced a lot. I do get meta'd a lot. I've been meta'd by a lot of, oh, things are going too well. It must be. Four in total. In summertime, you get accused seriously about being the imposter. A lot of the time, yeah, I try and just pass unnoticed for as long as possible. My trouble is the other thing that I do is I try and avoid grouping up and hanging around people if I can help it. Sometimes I still do, but I try and avoid it if I can. And so then I become a target that way as well. I become a target by not hanging around everyone. Can't account for myself, therefore I must be it. Must be imposter. Vote for cat girls or vote for victory? Yep, definitely haven't done that on more than a few occasions. Definitely haven't. Oh yeah, you know how the artillery range is... Sus. You know how the artillery range is increased? Like, we got spiders in there, in that deep red. It's all in range now. The range is huge. The manual range. Basically deal with everything now. There we go. There's no kill like overkill. I'm pretty sure that's all contained within like a handful of wagons. Oh no. Did you play Among Us once? Yeah, probably more than half of the time I play the game, I'm not actually streaming, admittedly. I should probably get Phantasmophobia as well. There we go. It's just drawn a line. Yeah, get deaded. Overkill's underrated. It is underrated. Normally I do the Among Us streams once a week. I need to do some more casual ones though. Some less try-hardy ones. Yeah, if I was going to be a real cuck, I would have hit ad break. And speaking of, I still need to do more. I don't know if I mentioned this last time. The stat says I'm still below 1 minute per hour, which is a problem. I need to get it up to 3 minutes an hour. 2 to 3 minutes an hour is the target. And seeing as though we're at 58 minutes recording, an hour and 4 right now. I'm already at 0 for 1 hour. There we go. An extra boop, just to be sure. 104.21. If you really, really, really want to be a pedant about it. Could almost reach them. I think it was the 12k base that I was talking about having an artillery core at the center and just have increasing the range to the point where it can just cover everything in auto range. Turns out that's actually not easy to do. Twitch slow, Twitch sus. I don't think the live timer actually matches. Yeah, it is actually, the live timer here is actually off by the same amount. It's off by like 8 seconds as well. Actually, it's off by 4 seconds, but the player will be the same as the session thing on the dashboard. I think making a lot more noise. Oh yeah, There's the thing that I was leading into was I had to change all the fan. Yeah, so I cleaned out all the dust. I rearranged the case. The case normally comes with 2 of these hard drive cages, and I took one out because it sits in front of the front fan. The front fan's one of those big 200mm fans. So I took that out. Each one holds 3 hard drives, and there's 2 of them, so that's 6 hard drives total. It's kind of excessive for most applications. Oh, you're not powered. And I'm only using 2. Well, I would have had 3 before, now it's only 2. So it's 2 spinning disks and the NVMe SSD. Can't remember what I had in there before now. I always had a problem with the other SSD, which is in the i3. That one was always problematic. You know what? Just went swirly. Ugh. Oh, the plugs. Oh, because I rearranged everything, the plug's probably loose again in the join-a-majig. Oh look, copper 5 trains there. What I need to do is pump them up all to 4. What are you? Copper 6. Yeah, if it goes green and freaks out, that means the plug's loose again. Yeah, the plug's loose. Kick it, hope for the best. Nope, it's gone again. I've fallen out of the card. I'm hypnotic. Went SSD only? Sun must be bright down there. Yeah, it's starting to brighten up here. It is starting to brighten up. There's a trash outpost, there's a junk outpost. Do I have a spare iron, actually? I think I do. I have to move it over there. Oops, that was the wrong button. Oh dear. I just brought up the reward queue. I just remembered. There's a bunch of naming games that I've been holding on to. Always looks so disorganized. His problem is base planning, hastily throw outposts where I think they should work. I have the same problem. I just throw things down and I have kind of an idea, but not much of an idea. And then it doesn't quite work out in the end every time. And then I have to move stuff out, like backwards and forwards a tile or two. Oh yeah, mine. I just spend a lot of time throwing bots at the problem. Right, just do your thing. Like this is the chaos that is a starter base, which has been thoroughly upgraded. How do you know, for example, where you put your oil? Where circuits? Oil, it was really a case of find a flat shoreline, and then I just stuck it there. In this one, it was just a long flat shoreline. It wasn't near the starter base. Circuits, it was like, oh, that looks like a good place, so I'll stick it up there. As it turns out, I probably didn't leave enough space overall to really fit everything. Should probably do a little bit more. Just space them out a little bit more. Science, I always planned on science being over there. I didn't expect to have a big chunk of it over here as well, for purple and military. This ends up being pretty big build on its own right. Nuclear, big body of water. Smelter, just a large continent, which was well away from everything else. That was pretty much all there was to it. It wasn't too much. And then I was like, oh, I'll put this. This thing was actually originally going to be part of this. And then I was like, you know what? I'll separate it out. I was going to feed all the raw materials in to the blues to make the greens, and then the reds, and then the blues. Didn't work out like that. Iron smelter, copper smelters. Probably not the most ideal, I would say. Not the most ideal. I actually do have inserters. Separate green 6, red 6, blue circuits. So don't these need coal or something? Yes, they do. Coal. Coal and sulfur. Oh boy, and I sent you... Did I send... No, I didn't send it to sulfur. Good. I was worried there for a minute. How did you get... Where your logic bots go? There's the Among Us. Yeah, there's a mod that appeared in the last day or so that adds the Among Us character. Where little stumpy legs go? Separated by output products. It is, yeah. So each oil is its own self-contained thing. Yeah, there's 9 for plastic. And then there's 2 for sulfur. And then the rest are rocket fuel. I genuinely don't know how that lost all of its bots. Each one should be in its own network. Came out and stole the bots. Sounds like something an imposter would do. The networks aren't separated. Well, it said 0 out of 1. But it has to be separated. Huh. Need actual bolts. Should have gone via, I think Smelter has some. Yeah, you have 1.4k bolts just in storage there. Seem to be consistently pushing 3 to 4k science every time I look. Yeah, 3k. Yeah, the last 2 hours or so, it's been 2 to 4k. That means I am having an effect. 72 SPM when saturated. Get to 1k. That's almost 1/10 of the way there. It's first time's always surprisingly tricky. 100, 100, 300. The fish light for? Let's just say how many fish are in the network. So this is the fish display. So it lights up, it fills up as we get more fish. Speaking of, we need to expand this fish storage. I'm not quite sure I didn't make this thing, so I don't know how many it needs to fill up. But yeah, it does take a lot of fish. So I do need to collect a lot of fish. I've been holding on to that meme for how many years now? Since 2018? Photos got out with landfill. Oh, is it there? Not that one, this one. Hey, hello train. 300. I'll probably get some as we expand outposts and such. How are we doing for fluids? Consuming 200, producing 290,000, consuming 300 something thousand. 20 million water. Consuming 90,000 acid a minute. That's pretty close to maximum. I think actually no, I think maximum's actually a lot more than that. Lubricant consumption's actually spot on. That's about 15k. 16k. At least the production of acid matches the consumption. I think it was 130,000 acid a minute. You see the UPS stuttering a little bit. Eee. Nearly lost it. I was about to press that. Yeah, 15, 16. Oh, this will pump it up a little bit. Be about 15. If I do this one on its own, yeah, 15. Neggy, how you doing? Noisy. Let's blow to my jigs. Thing is actually bringing beacons. Yeah, it is. Don't know if it's bringing red undergrounds. Oh, it has to be. Yeah, we got the Among Us character going. Nah, it's Among Us. Ooh. Something's dropping it down. Trains is up there. I wonder if some RAM overclocking would help it. I haven't tried overclocking the RAM that I've got. Should probably give it a go. I don't know how much I can get out of it. From what I understand, what I've got doesn't overclock very well. Even though it's already pretty good stuff. I should have hit a 30-second then too. Oh well, maybe next time. I don't even know what that's for. Alright. One there maybe? Yeah, there. That's also really annoying and making it hard to concentrate. – There. There. You're actually pointing down. Hmm. If instead these were pointing up, that be a little bit nicer. And it's not helping this thing's cause. There, I think. Actually, let's push it all the way in. Hooray, got one of them in. Oop, don't want to delete that one. I don't know how I came up with this mess in the first place. Okay, this one at least makes a little bit more sense to be swung the other way around. A little bit more, not a lot more. There. So close to having this thing run. Nice. They do swap sides. But it doesn't matter, fortunately. I think got circuits marked. Oh, right. Circuits is the radars. And the shell... Well, circuits is that and that. Oh, the iron plate's that and that. So... Thinking. Yeah, that does actually matter. That does... I'm gonna be careful of that. Goes into the red, that goes in. the plastic and copper won't work otherwise. Or... Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, we'll go all the way. We'll go all the way into there. That'll... that out. So that's 4 now. Wonder how many of these I can square off in a straight line. 2 don't. uh... That actually fits. Actually fits. Stupid. Stupidly lucky. That goes in there, and iron goes in there. One, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Sad times, most of these don't line up. Sad. Much sad. Alright. Plug all this other crap in. There it is. It's gone all quiet lately in the chat. Almost coffee time, I think. There. There we go. Can't keep you away from a heist now, can I? Also, hi, made it in.
Plug.
Pog. Thank you very much for that. Show some love and hype and snug in chat for Mate of 10 with a big old 23-month. How you been, Mate of 10? Haven't seen you in a while. Coming in there, fellow. It's been a hot minute. It has, hasn't it? Don't forget the honk too. There it is. It doesn't feel right without a honk. I also realised I just plugged this into completely the wrong belt.
Grab his dick and twist it!
Work has been work. As it does. No matter. As long as you're working, that's generally a good thing. That's... Oh, brain aches are still very real. Brain aches in this game are very much still a thing. It's a Hearthstone and Battlegrounds. Ooh, nice. I could never get into those though, admittedly. Have you seen Among Us lately though? That's the real question. That's been a big one lately. Cleanse. Oh yeah, I cleared all the VIPs like a few months ago. Because the whole thing was a mess. At some point, actually, speaking of, I need to clean up all the... Killed it for way too long. At some point, I need to go through moderators again. I don't know how I'm going to do it going forward. I'm thinking I might make it a more formal process. The mod purge. I've had to do it a few times because well, the original mod coming for you. I can't even think of the name. Kyo. I don't know if you remember. I can no longer cheat. Well, here's the thing: is that if I look at the moderator list, and there is no one in the moderator list. Like, there's no actual moderators online at the minute. Need to do something about that. That's a bit of a problem. That's why I want to formalize it a bit more. I just put the wrong thing in the wrong hole. Would Volunteer now have more time? Alrighty. As I say, I want to formalize it. I'm not quite sure how now. The lazy one, like the first badge. I think you're mod on Discord at the minute. The mod purge would include the Discord stuff as well. Asking the real question, what does the dead body look like? That is a good question. I'm hoping that it is still the bottom half with the bone sticking out, the single bone sticking out. That would be ideal. I mean, we're going to have to find out at some point. You're missing 14. mod won't get the first badge. I think it will. I'm not sure. I could do that. See, Saint actually has a pretty good modding history going on. So there is that. Hang on, let's have a look. Can I actually see? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Over the 9 that according to this that there is, there's a few that I haven't seen in quite a while. So there was 3 that would get dropped. I'm irresponsible git. That is true actually. Come to think of it, Saint. That is true. Shares the sub badge slot. Oh yeah, you're right actually. It doesn't overwrite the sub badge slot. Yeah, the first overrides the sub badge icon. So you get like the founder badge, the first icon instead of the actual normal sub badge, and then it shows mod behind it. Yeah, you can't be VIP and mod. So those are distinct roles. Discrete roles. Distinct roles? Discrete roles. One or the other. I'm still missing chemical plants as well. Better be calling for them. Ugh. Oh. Hmm. There we go. Stupid signals. Now I remember why you can't do both at the same time. Because those signals interfere with each other. Have you been a global mod by chance? It's recording time, an hour and a half, so I think now's a good time to pause. Be cool. Fortunate that I don't think anyone can be, because they removed the global mod role, so nobody can be a global mod anymore. Or at least that I know of. It may still be a thing. I'm not 100% sure. Because I have heard that there is some other, like, hidden roles that they have for developer reasons. Overview of what I'm working on now. So right now I'm building... Right now I'm just watching the supply train. Yeah, so this is the 8K base. 8,000 signs a minute base. Ooh, got some of them. That's the supply train loading up. This is the new and improved supply train. Twitch star mods. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff you see are just regular plebs. They're not anyone particularly special. The people like Trust and Safety, they can appear totally hidden in channel. They can from what I understand, they don't appear as normal people. Like, they can actually hide themselves from chat, as I understand it. So people like the partner dude, my partner dude, I've seen him in other channels, and he just shows up as as staff role. Blueprint of the bypass junction. Do you mean this thing? I don't have one uploaded yet. But yeah, so this is the 8,000 signs a minute base using only coffee hiccup, science, 8,000 signs a minute using vanilla recipes. So right here is our starter base slash make everything now, which is now making modules. Yeah, this is a big one. This is all that's left of the starter base. It's still making engines and RoboFrames the old-fashioned way. That's all that's left of smelting. Yeah, there's some other stuff going on in there. Beyond that, these are all the different. It's all split up into a few bases. Like there's oil base over here, circuits, so red circuits and green circuit production. Which one is there blueprint? Oh, this one. I can post it on the paste bin. I think I need to tweak a few things and then it's all good. There's still a lot of signals though. I mean, it's on grid. Well, it actually isn't at the minute, but I can make it on grid. I think this one, yeah, it's this one, needs a bit of a tweak. Because it actually overlaps straight. If I can deal with that. I'll make it available if later today. I would like this to be better though. I don't like this. Oh. Oh. I don't like that either. Oh dear. Is that there as well? Yes, no? It's a big T? This is a big T. Probably more that I like that too. I think I already caught that and fixed a few. So yes, this is oil base. There's 9. It's all self-contained as always. Same self-contained thing I always do. There's 9 plastic. This time I actually did raw sulfur. I didn't make a sulfuric acid build. I'm doing sulfuric acid at its destination. So there's 9 plastic, 2 sulfur, and then 5 rocket fuel. And that goes across to here to rocket fuel. Everything's based around 8 wagons too. So we look at circuits. We're actually using mixed trains on this one. So the train's bringing in the copper and iron mixed together. You should actually see they should level down to nothing almost at the same time. Putting the richness nodes at maximum when you create the game. I actually turned down the richness by 1 notch. Probably shouldn't have. I probably should turn the size up if anything. I can change it. I can actually change it. Yeah, so we're doing mixed trains. There's 14 green circuit builds, then 7 of the same thing doing red circuits. The extended red circuits isn't running yet. I haven't connected them, and I'm only using 3 of them at the minute. I'm going to expand it as I need more of them. 1 blue of each. One blue of each. So each belt. So the idea of this base is that there's no balances in any build. So the only time there's balancing happening is at the mining. And then this one wagon, it starts off life as ore, then it gets turned into plate, goes into the same wagon, or a wagon. It doesn't actually matter if they 1 or 2 flip here and there. So yeah, so this one wagon becomes 1 belt, becomes 1 mixed belt, becomes 1 belt of greens. See, it actually stops there. So this is where that stops. So it comes down here. That's why this isn't a compressed belt. Becomes 1 wagon again. Yeah. All the way through. Woman coming out that fellow. And then it's repeated 14 times. Same story with red. So red does the same thing. So one belt of the iron and copper turns into 1 belt of circuits. The plastic and copper gets split into 2 halves, 2 belts, and then goes into a single row, which becomes a single wagon. The The rest of circuits is up here. You can see a little short on green circuits at the minute. So yeah, they get unloaded. Each build gets 4 of the same wagon. So it gets 1, 2, 3, 4 to produce the 1 row of blue circuits. This is actually duplicated 16 times. So 2 by 8 to make 16. Only a half lane of reds, however. Red is pretty easy, comparatively. Acids down here. See, there's the sulfur, there's the iron plate. That makes the acid directly. There's the blue circuits. It's having a bad time. It's trying to load. Not working out for it. Yeah, that's basically blues. You see one belt just... This thing's designed to just evaporate an entire build of circuits. I think that's still a fair chunk of blues, mind you. So yeah, it's still 1.6k out of... I think it's 12k total. It was 12 or 14. I think it was like 6.5 each one of those 8 does. After that... Down here is smelting. Using 416 trains of ore. Ore comes in. And then the train gets eaten in super quick hurry. Yeah, and it's just the same thing repeated a lot of times. I think there's, what was that, 7? 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 copper smelters. They get split into 2 by 8s. These smelters. I need so much more copper. Yeah, you can see this one's needs some more needs some more love. Because only one of them's been drained. This thing should be managing it properly. Should be. I'm mining a patch that was underneath the copper smelter still. We'll get there. Actually dropping a bit now. Yeah, we're starting to see serum at 15 something now. They actually kicked it down below 60, but you see it's sort of edging. Iron's the same. There's 7 was the iron. Probably doing a little bit better on iron in the iron department at the minute. Same thing. 416 gets split into 2 by 28. Brand new mining patch. I usually put about 700 to 1,000 in. Try not to overdo it. I need more robot speed. More robot speed helps the mining. Yeah, and there's steel over here. 2 8s gets same thing again. 416 goes into splits into 2 pairs of 4 8s. 76,000 I think it is, or 80,000 something steel plate a minute total. 300 for 2 8 train loading. Yeah, 300's a little low. 600's to 800's normally where I aim. But mine aren't optimal. Yeah, this one's got 700 and it's fine. The more bot speed you get, the less you need overall. What have we got here? This thing is for science and military intermediates. So we're making modules, we're making furnaces, we're making wall and ammo all in one spot. In one really convoluted build. This thing was a work of art when we made it. This was crazy. I see one moving and one not moving, that's a problem. Yeah, so we get our furnaces, productivity modules, walls and ammo all split up nicely. One cute little build. This also becomes the stone drop-off point. This is probably the closest it would need to be to... closest it would come to needing balancing because of the way it works. 1, 2, 3 get fed into 1, 2, 3. But there's so much there, it shouldn't matter. You can actually see the way it trickles there, alternating. The way it trickles down there, alternating. It's not terrible, I don't think. And then there's a transfer station going 416 to 28 for the 20 roboports per mine. What do I normally do? A lot more. I should probably think about switching over to belt. Yeah, the 2 8 then goes to drop off here to make rail. Realistically, if anything, I probably should have done rail back over there. But rail, because it needs what 2830 something like that, it's better made locally. Hey, you 30. Belt mine's better for UPS. I'm not sure because it's sort of zoom back gaps to more UPS. It does, yeah. More gaps is bad, which is a problem for circuits. So I've been trying to minimize it though. Yeah, each science build is a multiple of 8, which is probably a mistake because it means that each row here is 1,000 science a minute. So each one of these wagons is each wagon here is 1,000 science a minute, which is a bit of a problem. Bit of a problem. Yeah, it goes on like that. There's low densities. There's more low densities. A low density field. This half is for yellow science. This half is for rockets. There's the control units for rockets. Even bigger field. Even more ridiculous. There's the rockets. 16 rockets. Again, a pair for every every wagon. It manages. There's accumulator and accumulator and solar panel production, as well as radars. It makes radars. That gets fed down into satellites, which is just below it. The gaps do add a cost because it's got to work out what the gap is. It's kind of an indirect thing. Best thing you can actually do is a compressed single lane, and not have a parallel lane, like not use both lanes. You need green and blue. Hey, it's a laser and a kernel NIF. What I haven't uncovered? Yes, that's all the science production, starter base, that's batteries. Much to it really. Keep hearing all sorts of conflicting info. As far as I understand it, the gaps are a problem. Because that's what I always forget his name. He actually experimented with it and proved that it was a contributor to UPS loss. It may have been optimized though. We were just doing artillery shell production, which is over here. I'd have to build an output for that, come to think of it. I have to build the new and improved snake loading spot there. Yeah, what am I missing? Nuclear? Nuclear's here. About 30 gigawatts ready to go. Ooh. Canadian. Every time I forget. I always forget his name. Yes, that's at 93 of 103. This thing's nearly maxed. Shouldn't be worth it to build balances to compress the belts though. The idea is to avoid the splitters. So when I get this up and running, that gives me a baseline which I can then play around with. So that's the end goal with this, is to start messing around with different combinations and see what gives the best result. Micro optimize it. I think you're going to be copper 2. Oh, you only have one train. Well, let's see about that. Yeah, have I missed anything? Is that science, labs, bot sandwiches? Because it turns out that labs specifically using bot sandwiches is way better than any other combination. Like it's more than double the UPS over any other build with a belt. What's the train waiting list? I really want to try it out. Can't wait to try it out. Yeah, we've done that, we've done that, done that, done that. I think that's everything. Yeah, the splitters are really bad. We could see what turning off the nuclear does for UPS. Right, I think we're almost ready to go here. For now, though, I'm going to go refill the coffee and then take a quick, as well, while we're taking a quick break, and then we shall continue on.